What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to episode 18 of the Monday Morning Quarterback Show. I'm host Matt Cabral, joined as always with my co-host, Mr. Sean Olheim, here for another exciting video for you guys. We filmed a video last week, 3 weeks away from the draft. Yesterday, we are approaching 2 weeks away from the NFL draft. Not a mock draft this week, though. We're going to drop our final one next week. Next Thursday, and then, like I said, the draft night we'll do a reaction to that after the whole night. But we have a pretty fun video for you guys. We've never done this before. Me and Sean, I know, are really excited for this too. And just to give it to you guys. But Mr. Sean Olheim, how you doing?
Great. 2 weeks. 2 weeks to go as of yesterday. I couldn't be more excited. Going to be a fun night. Got our first tier list on the pod, so that's going to be exciting. Fun little topic too. So I'm excited to get into it, but yeah, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Before we get into this, me and Sean talked about this. If you guys have to read the title of the video before we do this, how each franchise feels heading into the draft. This isn't power rankings, okay? Because there's going to be teams that might be better or worse than others that could be higher or lower that aren't necessarily, that shouldn't be there in power rankings. That's not what we're doing. We're basing this off of coaching situation, draft picks, cap space, who they brought in the offseason, and how the overall feel is with the fan base. Because me and Sean are on social media enough, or we can pretty much tell what the overall feel is in these franchises. I cannot make that clearer enough. It's not power rankings. It's how they're feeling heading into the draft. I had to get that out because we get some comments on TikToks where clearly some people didn't watch the full video, and I have to get that out. But that's my little rant. Sean, let's get into the tier list.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a Bills fan, Matt's a Patriots fan. We're not going to have 100% feel for every team, but I mean, we know the sport well enough. We can put ourselves in fans of other teams' shoes and kind of get a feel. So,
yep.
Yeah, let's kick it off. Just to list, yeah, except for the ads. The ads are kind of annoying, but just to list our tiers. Number 1 tier, you got ecstatic. Number 2 tier, we got feeling very confident. The 3rd tier, we have solid with room for improvement. Kind of teams that they're decent, but they still have some holes that they could fill. That or maybe a coach, that could be improved. Second to last one, you got not feeling great, and then the last one's just straight up disaster. We debated calling this one the Dolphins, but sided against it.
Yeah, again, this is not power rankings. This is just how they're feeling going into the draft. That's why we kind of didn't really bring up roster situations necessarily, except for the 3rd tier. This is just how they're feeling. So first team up, Sean, we got the Arizona Cardinals. I'm teetering between disaster and not feeling great. I'm leaning more towards disaster. It just seems like this team's going into it just seems like this team's going into and again, this is raw. We haven't done this, so it's just me and Sean are gonna have
pre-created.
Yeah, me and Sean are gonna have natural conversations. I don't like the LaFleur coaching hire at all. I feel like that's just kind of like a 1 year, holdover. They got some nice, compared to all the other disaster teams that we're going to talk about, they have better pieces. They have more talent, but at the same time, their holes are so gaping that it's and they're in very important positions like right tackle, like opposite edge rusher, secondary besides Will Johnson. They just lost Jalen Thompson. Sean, I'm personally heading into the draft. No quarterback either. I'm feeling like they're a disaster. Fans aren't feeling too great about them. You can push back to that, obviously. But that's kind of what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's between those two. The only reason I was even thinking about not feeling great is we've talked about this before. The Cardinals, they're kind of accepting the fact that, they're not going to be that good. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do throughout this year. Obviously, I don't love the coach hire with LaFleur either, but they're not forcing anything. They're going to have Brissett as their quarterback more than likely, unless, they make a pick for a guy like Ty Simpson. But I'm fine with playing them in disaster. Just a team, there's little to no chance that they win more than 3 or 4 games this year. Definitely a number 1 pick candidate up there with a team like the Dolphins, who will more than likely be in the same spot. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll kick it off with the Cardinals and disaster. I think that's pretty fair.
Sean, you also brought up a good point too. Like the only I think, decent part about this franchise is they're kind of accepting that they're going to be bad. Like they're not trying to force anything.
Yeah, like there's a lot of teams that we see where it's like they have a bad team, but they make moves for like a veteran where like they're like trying to force themselves like into the playoffs, like and just like sneak in. The Cardinals are accepting that they're gonna have their fair share of draft picks. They still have some talent. They have guys like Walter Nolan. They have Marvin Harrison if he can get it going. They have some pieces, so they have some guys to build around, but obviously still a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the positions of need are just too valuable, and when you don't have a quarterback, it's just not great. On to the next team, the Atlanta Falcons. Now, they made a new coaching hire this offseason. They got Kevin Stefanski, former Browns coach. Another team with a similar problem, don't have the quarterback. Me and Sean do not like Michael Penix. He did not look good last year. But their roster is far more talented than the Cardinals. Now, I will say, I hated how they handled this offseason. They don't have a first-round pick, and they have a lot of holes to fill. So they're definitely a trade-down candidate, even in the middle rounds, because they don't have a lot of picks, period. And my God, could they use that first-round pick? James Pierce.
They don't have a first-round pick, and the guy they traded the first-round pick for might not play.
Yeah, I was going to say, James Pierce might not play another NFL snap in his entire career. He got detained by police. Like I said, Sean loved this team last year. And I did too. They have some of my favorite players to watch. They have a ton of talent on this team, both offensively and defensively. Stefanski was a better hire. Raheem Morris, you couldn't really get worse than, and they fired their other offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson. He was horrible too.
Matt's favorite.
Yeah. They got London, they got Bijan, they got Pitts. They have good pieces. They have Terrell on defense. They have Simmons. They have, or not Simmons, Bates. My God. They have Bates. They lost Caden Ellis. They lost Ed McKetty. You got some pieces. If Pierce can, does play, that's another guy, Jalen Walker. But don't have the quarterback, Sean. The only thing that's really helping them, in my opinion, is their division's really weak. But I'd be saying that and feeling more confident, better if they had a first-round pick, but they don't. So, you're relying on a weak draft to get a guy to be an impact player day one at, 44 or wherever they're picking.
Yeah.
I'm between solid with room for improvement and not feeling great, but I'm heavily leaning towards not feeling great just because of all the reasons I said.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a fan of this team, I'm not feeling great. I'm just going to put it plain and simple.
Only reason is the division's horrible.
Like Matt said, they have the talent on offense. They have Bijan Robinson, who might be the best running back in football. You have Drake London, who obviously very talented receiver. You have Kyle Pitts, who looked pretty solid last year. I believe they just picked up Bijan Robinson's fifth-year option a few hours ago at the time we're recording this. They did. Yeah, and they have some solid pieces on defense, but again, when you don't have the most important position in sports, it's so hard to really compete and be in that upper echelon of teams. So yeah, I'm gonna put them in not feeling great. If they had a quarterback that was even slightly above average, I think that you're probably in the confident or solid with room for improvement tier, but you don't know what you're going to get out of Penix. Tua's your backup. That's two just injury riddled left-handed quarterbacks where, the ceiling isn't very high with. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not feeling great if I'm a Falcons fan. You don't have a first-round pick. Stefanski, like Matt said, is definitely an upgrade at coach, but it's just not super confident for the Falcons.
Well, Tua's not the backup. He's the starter. Penix isn't going to play week one, I don't think. So it's
is he not even set to play yet?
I don't think so. Because also the problem with Penix, and I don't like him regardless, but he tore his ACL, right?
Yeah.
And he's already done that before in college. He's so injury prone. On top of that, he's a guy that can't really move.
Man, he's also an older prospect.
Exactly.
He was drafted older too.
Yeah, he's going to be 26, 27 next year. I just don't think he's a guy the Falcons can pay. They don't have the most important position. They have a lot of good players. They're fringing between solid just because of the division. But if you're just comparing them to every other team, you're not feeling too great about them. Yeah. On to the next team, the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this is a team that every single year is set the same thing is said, and they're a Super Bowl favorite. Last year, me and Sean, went to school together. We talked a lot about it. We thought they were clearly the best team in the AFC, just roster wise. Like, I remember they got Jair Alexander last year. Like, no, we knew how that worked. Marlon Humphrey, like he was still good. I mean, he was horrible last year.
They got Mike Green and Malachi Starks. Like, yep. Mike Green was a stud in college.
I was so high on Mike Green. And it fell apart. They couldn't get after the quarterback. Their cornerbacks weren't good. The two positions me and Sean just talked about. But nonetheless, got Trey Hendrickson. They got Jalen Hawkins, lost a couple pieces. End of the day, you're not feeling ecstatic. You still have some hole. Wide receiver 2. I think they could use maybe another interior offensive lineman. Justin Matabike can't play this year. Me and Sean have addressed this. Their interior D-line is not great.
Another tight end.
Two other tight ends. Maybe that. I mean, again, this is pre-draft, so
yeah,
please relax. But pre-draft, you're still feeling very confident. You have Lamar Jackson. I mean, and you have good play. You still have Derrick Henry. Jesse Minter was probably the top coach on the market. I'm still definitely feeling very confident for the Ravens if they could stay healthy.
Yeah, I think the thing with Harbaugh was he wasn't like a mastermind on either side of the ball. He was just kind of like, I don't want to say a coach that was just there, because I mean he was the head coach for the team for a while, so he obviously knew what he was doing, but it's not like he really elevated the ceiling of either side of the ball. And when you get Jesse Minter, who's a fantastic defensive mind, you have some new players. You got Trey Hendrickson. Hopefully he can get Mike Green going. You got Malachi Starks in year 2. You obviously have the best safety in football in Kyle Hamilton. You got Nate Wiggins, who's heading into his 3rd year now, who still has his potential. You got a lot of potential. Yeah, Roquan Smith. He's getting up there in age, but he's still solid.
Yeah.
You have a lot of potential on the defensive side of the ball. We mentioned it. Have some holes on offense, but I mean, this is still the best team in the NFC North. They're going to be in the playoffs. It's just, I want to mention this too. It's going to depend on if Lamar can perform in the playoffs. I mean, 2-5 is not good. His interception to touchdown ratio is not good in the playoffs. I think it's pretty inevitable they're going to make it there this year, because I still think they're the best team in the North, but a lot of it's going to fall on Lamar's shoulders on if he can elevate that team and, get them over the hump.
Well, with a team like the Ravens, it's like they're kind of a team. The regular season doesn't really matter anymore. You just kind of want to cruise through that and get to the playoffs, because that's the only questions your franchise quarterback has to answer is, he played well in the playoffs. His team, when they did make it last against the Bills, kind of sold them a little bit, as we know. Like, it's not totally his fault, but at the same time, like I said, you're kind of just cruising to the playoffs and hoping that when you get there, you can make some noise, which they haven't really done too much, but you're still feeling very confident going into the regular season, bearing any injuries. On to Sean's team.
I didn't even notice they were next.
Buffalo Bills. It's in alphabetical order, I think.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, so the Buffalo Bills, again, similar to the Ravens, you got Josh Allen, a quarterback, maybe the best player in the NFL. That automatically slots you into feeling very confident. You have a great secondary. I believe they were the number 1 pass defense last year, and in my opinion, they still had some room for improvement. Everywhere, but they defended the pass well. Still can't stop the run. See if that gets better next year. Added DJ Moore. Still have 2 great tight ends. Still have a great offensive line. Still have James Cook. We'll see what Joe Brady can do with the helm. That's 50-50 right now, but as long as you have Josh Allen, I'll let Sean take the majority of this one, but as long as you have Josh Allen and you got those pieces on defense, you have those pieces in the trenches on the offensive line, you're feeling very confident.
Yeah, I mean, obviously as a Bills fan, I'm going to have the better perspective on this one. I'm still feeling confident. You had one of the best offenses in the year last year. That none of it really changed besides left guard, which is obviously lost. David Edwards was fantastic. But you have the same guy running the offensive plays. You have the same quarterback, same running back. You got an upgrade at receiver in DJ Moore, who's going to be better than any guy we had on the outside. The tight ends are the same with Kincaid and Knox. Nothing changed on offense. You made improvements on defense, hopefully, with a guy like Bradley Chubb. You bring in CJ Gardner-Johnson. Like Matt said, the secondary was good last year. Benford's good. Hopefully Harrison can take another step in terms of, strictly coverage because he had, I think it was 3 interceptions in 8 games. But he did have his moments where he wasn't great in coverage specifically. So obviously in his second year, he dealt with injuries to start the year. So, but yeah, the secondary's improved. I think the edge rushers are improved. Joey Bosa was really disappointing for last year, especially for an edge rusher who was brought in to kind of be like that closer in the playoffs. He was just non-existent. And I understand the Broncos offensive line is good, but for a guy who was brought in to be that type of player, he didn't do it. You got a new defensive scheme, Jim Leonard. Hopefully he can, elevate that defense. They're going to be a lot more aggressive this year on defense. McDermott ran a bend, don't break type of defense where, he kind of, forced them to take what the defense gave them. And, it definitely hurt them at times, but I think we're going to see a lot more aggressive of a defense. I think the team's definitely going to be playing a bit different this year, but I'm still super confident that, we can still contend.
In my opinion, this comment, it's been like this for probably the past 3 or 4 years. Like
it's been like this since 2020.
Yeah, like that's just once you find your guy, and I'm not gonna say the Bills have done an amazing job at surrounding Allen, but like we said, it's just taking into account everything. Now, Joe Brady is a 50-50. He's not a for sure. He's a first-time head coach. And like I said, we're taking everything into account, but as long as you have that guy at the helm, you're feeling good. You're feeling very confident in your team. Next up is the Carolina Panthers. Now, this is a pretty interesting one. I'm going to put them in solid with room for improvement because they're not 2 tiers better than the Falcons talent-wise, but they had a good offseason. They somehow made the playoffs last year. Again, this isn't power rankings, so this is how your fan base is feeling about you.
Matt's going to reiterate this like 10 times.
I'm sorry, I have to. It's just like it's like OCD. I have to, but I would argue feeling very confident. I feel like you're feeling like if you're the Panthers, you're feeling like this is your time, I guess.
I think a lot of Panthers fans are going to say very confident because Panthers fans love Bryce Young.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's an outstanding dude. Take that.
Oh yeah, he's
as a football player.
Person.
Me and Sean just don't really love him. We're kind of realistic here. Like, is he ever going to be a top 10 quarterback? Like, come on, like consistently. I mean,
got a long ways to go.
Yeah, clutch player. Like they added really good pieces on defense to an already improved defense last year. Towards the end of the year, they really improved. They got a nice secondary. Added Devin Lloyd. I don't love Dave Canales. I think he's like okay. I don't really think he's a leader of men. That's one of me and Sean's like favorite terms, but like I think he's okay. But after free agency and you got the 19th pick, if you add a guy like Sadiq, maybe you add a left tackle and to replace Ekwonu for the first, couple months of the season because he's going to be out for a while and maybe even replace his job in general. Panthers fans are feeling very confident, and I'm kind of talking myself into putting them there. I'm not going to lie, Sean.
I don't know, dude. I mean, you have things like being in that division.
Yep.
They have an improved team. I don't know. It's hard to gauge this team from the outside because I know that they love Bryce Young.
It's all about the quarterback. Because if you look at the team, like they don't really have that many holes. Like surprisingly,
yeah, like it's a good team, but like they can go as far as Bryce. Maybe not like to like really to an extent, but they can go really as far as Bryce Young takes them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Obviously, they drew a tough matchup with the Rams, and they had a game with the Rams. I mean, they almost upset the Rams in the wild card. So, I don't know. I'm fine with solid with room for improvement, and that improvement honestly might just be the quarterback because I still think that Bryce Young has a ways to go before he can really be like one of those super elite quarterbacks. But this is a good roster. I like the way that they're heading. They still have a couple spots they could upgrade, but it's a good team. I think they can, be like a 9-8, 10-7 team. I think they definitely have a chance of winning that division. Because I don't really think the Bucks got any better. The Falcons didn't get any better. Saints did get better, but the Saints aren't. I don't think the Saints are like a winning record type of team yet. So I think it's the Panthers division to lose, but there's still some improvements to be made, I think, and a lot of it falls from the quarterback.
I think if you take like into consideration outside perspective and Panthers fans, I think they're still in solid with room for improvement. It's just how they're feeling. Um, you know, they still have massive hole at tight end. They still could use some help in the secondary. The corners are good. Some depth there. Maybe the linebacking room after Devin Lloyd is really thin. I know that's you don't really need amazing depth at linebacker if you have Devin Lloyd there. They could use another interior defensive lineman next to Derek Brown. I've seen them in talks, or fans want them to add Dexter Lawrence. That would be a really good addition. But again, like,
that'd be a mean interior.
I know. They address the edge. Nick Scorton doesn't have to be the one anymore. They've done a good job. I think you're feeling pretty solid about the Panthers. With being real, there's still room for improvement. You are pretty lucky playing in that division, and that's kind of what we're feeling about the Panthers.
Yeah.
Next team up, me and Sean's favorite team, the Chicago Bears, our favorite team to talk about. I'm just kidding. If you want to talk about Bears fans, they're ecstatic. Like they think the world. And again, like, your fan base should be like that. I think the Bears are on the very low end of feeling very confident. I think Bears fans understand, and I see it a lot, that they have holes on the defensive side of the ball. We talked about how, they did lose those guys. Again, they weren't perfect. Trust me, we know that. But again, the Bears, they have holes on defense. They don't really get after the quarterback well. Their interior defensive line isn't great. Drew Dahlman retired. You only really have 2 NFL wide receiver. Who's the wide receiver 3 again? Jade Walker. Yeah. So, I mean, he showed flashes last year, but you'd like to have a, veteran guy there. Maybe they bring back Keenan Allen, good old friend Keenan Allen, for another year. But again, I think when it's all said and done, and we'll kind of rank these teams how we're feeling about them at the end in the tier. I think the Bears are feeling very confident, maybe on the lower end of it, because again, I know that division has gotten a little worse, but it's still a really good division. Like, always tough to play in there. It's going to be really hard to get the 2 seed again. But again, Caleb Williams, he just keeps getting better. Accuracy needs to be better. Like, it's a real issue because now we're going into year 3, and if we don't see an improvement this year, he might just be a 58% completion percentage guy and a boomer bust guy. But at the end of the day, he's getting better. He looked great. He looked great towards the end of the year. He was clutch. Would like to see a little bit more consistency, but I think you're feeling pretty confident in this Bears team, and you have Ben Johnson.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a switch up from last year if you're looking at the defense, and a little bit on the offense too, obviously. I don't think there's any reason to not feel confident. Maybe there is in some aspects. You lost a receiver, you lost your center. You lost a bunch of guys on defense who they did replace, but they were able to make it that far with a really bad D line, run stopping wise and quarterback pressuring wise. If they can improve that in the draft, or make a trade for someone. I know they're pushing hard for Crosby when he was available. I think that they're 100% feeling very confident because, I mean, they've become one of the best teams in the NFC. They have a quarterback that might give you a heart attack in a playoff game, but he wins. And he hasn't really found that consistency yet, but if he can win you games, I think, that's all you can really ask for as a fan. But yeah, I think it's fair to say that they're very confident. All Bears fans think that Caleb Williams is the next coming of Tom Brady and that their defense is, God's gift. But we'll see what they do in the draft. I still think they have some improvements, but I think they're still pretty confident in their team.
Yeah, I agree. Next team up, the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh man, this one's really tough. I mean, I feel like Joe Burrow alone, not Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is the whole reason, like, why there's any confidence at all in this team. Obviously you got receivers as well, and they added pieces in free agency. and we'll see if any of their draft picks in the past couple of years can do anything. Oh my God, I think they're solid with room for improvement. That's where I'm at. All because of Joe Burrow and the weapons, but if you could even get not even just average defensive play, just like top like 20, like number 20, like they're gonna make the playoffs. Like that's just how it is. Like Joe Burrow is gonna score you 30 points a game. Ja'Marr Chase is gonna be open every play. T. Higgins is gonna catch every ball that's thrown his way. It's all about the defense, the protection. Another thing too, Sean, and you know this, Zach Taylor I hate that guy. I think he's a horrible coach. I think he should have been fired, not even just last year, 2 years ago. That franchise sucks, by the way. Like they're just a poorly owned franchise. But very cheap, but you have Joe Burrow still. I still think you're in solid with room for improvement.
Yeah, I mean, Burrow and Chase are carrying this. I feel like this has kind of been the story for the Bengals the past years is like, I mean, obviously their offense is more than solid. They average over 30 points every year. But obviously you can still improve the offensive line. You can still improve the defensive line. Their linebackers need help. I could keep going. The whole team needs help except for quarterback and receiver pretty much. Chase Brown's all right. But I mean, it's still it's going to be a team that's around 500. This team's kind of the opposite of the Panthers. Joe Burrow can take you as far as the Super Bowl. It's how far can the defense and the rest of the team take you? Because the defense and, I guess the offensive line is really what's holding this team back. And they refuse to improve it. I mean, they drafted Shamar Stewart last year, who is maybe the most unproven defensive prospect in the draft. And it's like, guys, you need guys who, maybe not the safest guy, but like you can't be like drafting like boom or bust types of guys. This is a defense that needs to get better as soon as possible while they're still in Joe Burrow's prime.
Yep.
And it's just they've failed to do that. And so it's going to be the story for the Bengals until the defense becomes even a slightly below average defense. Like Matt said, if they can be 20th in defensive scoring allowed, you got an offense that averages over 30 points a game. They're going to win, majority of the games. But yeah, it's going to be like that until they really address and just hammer home the defense. But we'll see what happens in the draft. I think they're poised for another draft where they just make 7 picks on the defensive side of the ball because that's what they need.
They have to. Sean, I'm not gonna lie. You're kind of talking me into not feeling great because this is the same thing every year. And it's like, if you're a Bengals fan, it's like, okay, we're going into next year with the same problems again. And does it feel right to have them in the same tier as the Panthers right now? Like, I think that's two opposite ends of the spectrum. Not like I'm not talking about record. I'm saying I feel like the Panthers got to be feeling a lot better than last year.
They are.
And I feel like the Bengals are just feeling like the exact same again. Like, yeah, we have a great quarterback, great receivers. We got some, decent young cornerbacks. DJ Turner looked really good last year. But other than that, like, I don't know. I feel like it's
you talked me into it because the Panthers are feeling way better than they did last year. The Bengals, it's the same thing every year. Like there's no way they're feeling good about this year.
Honestly, Sean,
the defense that they have.
I'm actually not even opposed to this. Would you want to add maybe a tier that literally just says same thing at like same thing every year? Like I wouldn't mind that because I got a couple teams in mind that I might want to add there.
Yeah, we can add that here. So, I'm just gonna put same thing new year.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Because
there's
definitely going to be teams that.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the case with. Okay.
Oh, you took out the old one. The old one was not feeling great.
I got you. Yeah, there's definitely some teams we could put in that one.
Should we put? It doesn't matter. The order of the tiers doesn't matter at all. Anyway,
they'll get the point.
Yeah. Actually, I think that's a perfect tier for the Bengals now that I'm looking at it.
Because I mean they got Boye Mafe and Jonathan Allen, but you also lost Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah. They got Justin Reed too, but like I don't know. I just their offensive line's also not good either. Like we're not talking about that. Like it's just not good. Anyways, we're taking too long. Moving on to the next team, the Cleveland Browns. I mean, me and Sean were talking about this the other night on the phone. Todd Monken is your coach. Like Todd Monken's a great.
If Todd Monken got announced as the Bills coach, I'd be pissed.
Like Todd Monken's I don't want to take anything away from like he is a good offensive mind. He did a lot of good things for Lamar Jackson a couple years ago. Even last year, he was the offensive coordinator last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like just for the past couple years is what I meant to say. But it's like, it just and this isn't even just for me and Sean. This is like it just felt like no coaches wanted anything to do with the Browns at all. You have good players on defense, but me and Sean just talked about it with Atlanta. They have nothing to build around on offense. Nothing. Like literally, besides Quinshon Judkins, they have nothing to build around. And you don't build around running backs. It doesn't work in the NFL. We've seen that. It doesn't work. They have nothing on offense. They don't have the quarterback. They have not only do they not have the quarterback, they have like I don't want to call Shedeur cancer, but just Deshaun Watson.
You can make an argument for it.
Deshaun Watson's got, he's making $60 million still this year. He might get the starting job. Their receiving core probably the worst in the NFL. They lost David Njoku. I like Harold Fannin. The offensive line, it's kind of just like they just put a bunch of like they went to the the lost and found table and just put a bunch of random pieces together, and they're like, "Yep, here we go, guys, go play." Like I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm gonna argue disaster for the Browns. I'm sorry, that's where I'm at.
I'm not feeling great because it's not the same thing as last year. You have a new coach and you have some newer players. And the only thing keeping me from putting them in disaster is the defense. Like the defense is good. You can't really argue that. They have some good pieces there. But why are you doing that? It's a good defense.
No. I'm not doing that because of the defense. I'm just doing it overall. Like it doesn't move me when you win 4 games every year.
Todd Monken feels like a disaster hire. I'll put it that way. But
he's just an offensive coordinator, dude.
I know. Like the guy showed up to his first day in Cleveland in like a jacket and jeans. Like, what are we doing? I don't know, dude. It's a hard one. Because their defense is good. I don't want to put them in
it's incredible. Like I don't want people like it's a great defense. Like they have good pieces. Like they're getting a little older. Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett. I don't really care about his age, but Denzel Ward's getting a little older. But even last year, their draft was incredible on the defensive side. They cannot draft offensive players. They can't, besides running backs. They got Nick Chubb and Quinshon Judkins. Like Jerry Jeudy I think Jerry Jeudy was the worst receiver in the NFL last year. Like just everything combined. I don't know. It also kind of feels like same thing new year, like good defense, bad offense. Like, is that what the Browns do every year? They roll out some scrubs on offense and their defense is, they got Myles Garrett over there and all those guys. But yeah, actually, you know what? Shedeur Sanders, 7 touchdowns, 12 picks, made the Pro Bowl. To me, they're a disaster because they have, not only do they have not the quarterback on offense, they have nothing on offense, like nothing at all. They have to.
They don't have any of the premier positions
besides edge rusher,
quarterback, left tackle, wide receiver. They don't have any of those.
Yeah,
on offense,
and they're banking on all of those to be hits in the draft, and they're not drafting a quarterback this year. So, and this is pre-draft. To me, they're a disaster. It's the Browns.
Yeah,
to be
that's
honest.
fine.
But Dallas Cowboys up next. I actually really like their offseason, like considering what they could have done. They're definitely at worst and solid with room for improvement. Their offense is probably going to be top 5 in the NFL. And then defensively, we'll see. They kind of just added, a couple old, like Rashawn Gary, not really that moved by that. Seen some rumors they could bring in like Jadeveon Clowney again. It's like, dude, like I don't know if that's the answer. It's replacing Micah Parsons. Yep. But
Yeah, there you go.
This one's tough too, because until I see,
I think it's room for improvement.
Yeah, I mean, the defense still needs to show. I mean, they have horrible linebackers. The cornerbacks still are horrible. They improved the safety room. The edge rushers are not great. The offense, there's really nothing wrong with the offense, especially with the year Javonte had last year. The O-line's pretty solid.
I mean, we don't even need to talk about the offense. It's all defense where the improvement is.
Exactly. Again, kind of same thing new year with the defense. But
yeah,
it's just but the thing with Dallas,
I'd still be confident in them though.
Yeah, the thing with Dallas is they got better, but I don't want to put them in a tier with the Ravens, Bills, and Bears because they only won 7 games last year. Like, I need to see the brand of football put on the field. I also need their guys to stay healthy. CD was hurt last year. Dak was hurt the year before. I need a fully healthy year. And we'll see what they can do. That division looks a little more open. It's really looking like the Eagles aren't going to be as completely dominant as they have been.
Dude, if the Cowboys can get an average defense, I think they can win the division.
It's kind of like the Bengals, dude. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
But
I still like the Cowboys a little bit more.
I do too. I mean, both defenses.
Because their offensive line is good too.
Yeah, exactly. And they have a good run. I actually like Schottenheimer. I think he's a pretty good.
Again, I actually do like him.
Like, I actually think he's a pretty good, head coach. Like, he's obviously an offensive guy, but like, I think
but he has the locker room. Like,
I was gonna say, you could tell he commands respect from that team.
They ride with him.
I'm good. Yeah, I agree. I'm good with Dallas here. On to the next team, the Denver Broncos. It was looking like they were just, nothing was really looking good at all for the Broncos, but then they added Jalen Waddle, which was a clear, hole on that roster. I would argue ecstatic, dude.
Dude, we might have our first ecstatic.
I mean, Bo Nix doesn't have to light the world on fire. If he can be a fringe top 10 quarterback, manage the situation with Sutton, Waddle, Dobbins, if he's healthy, is going to be solid. The O-line's maybe the best in the world. Defense is top 5. They really don't have many holes on this team, and they didn't really lose that much either. Like, Dre Greenlaw, like, he was hurt again. Like, he's getting older, and they lost PJ Locke too, but they have so many guys in the secondary that can replace him. I think I'm pretty ecstatic if I'm a Broncos fan, especially after adding Jalen Waddle. That's a big one.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't meant to be like a shot at Matt's Patriots, but you had a competitive AFC Championship game with Jarrett Stidham as your quarterback. I mean, who knows what would have happened if Bo Nix played? Obviously, it's just a what if, but this is a fantastic overall roster. I mean,
good coaching too.
They don't have a weakness. The coaching's fantastic. Really, not much to say here. They're going to be one of the best teams in football again. Are they going to go 14-3 again? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But obviously they're more than likely going to win the AFC West, I think, unless the Chiefs have a insane bounce back or the Chargers figure out something. But
yeah,
I don't see any reason you shouldn't be ecstatic if you're a Broncos fan.
Yeah, we don't really need to spend a lot of time on some of these teams. The Broncos are just an incredible roster. Roster-wise, probably the best team in the AFC. Not going to say they're going to win it, but just overall team, probably the best. On to an interesting one, the Detroit Lions. If this was last year, would probably put them in ecstatic just because, it's like, wow, this team is really trending up. Like, this is like they're in their window. And then they just take a massive step back last year. It's looking like the losses of Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn really impacted that football team. Jared Goff had a really good year. My God, that defense, especially the secondary, really worried about Terry and Arnold. The dude might be just like the worst cornerback in the NFL, and he's always hurt when he plays. The defense has a lot of holes. We didn't love their offseason. The offense is going to be good. A little worried about, either tackle, like wherever Sewell doesn't play. They got Gibbs. Don't really need to talk about the weapons.
I think it's I want to put solid with room for improvement, but I mean,
Jared Goff's a year old, but again, Jared Goff's still good, man. Like, he's still a good player.
He's like mid-30s, right?
No, I think he's only like 30. 31, 32.
Oh, he's 31. Wow.
Yeah,
I casual take. I thought he was like 33 or 34.
He feels old. Like way older. But I mean,
yeah, that's not bad.
No,
maybe it's just his play style.
Yeah, dude, yeah. He still got like he still has good years left in him. Like,
yeah.
The question is can he take you over the hump? But oh my God.
Because dude, they really didn't like improve anything in free agency.
They didn't.
Like they signed Cade Mays. That's really the only like impact thing. They lost their left tackle.
They didn't really lose much. They didn't just they just didn't do anything to get better.
Yeah. And they went 9-8. Like
something tells me last year.
Is it same thing new year?
No, because something tells me same thing new year to me is like a team that's just like never like tries like they don't even seem like they care at all.
Okay, that's fair.
With the Lions, like something tells me last year might have just been like an off year for them. Because I still think they're like the best team in the division, like roster wise, maybe like them or the Bears, I guess. A couple of the other teams.
I mean, they still have their same core
offense. It's not even close. It's by far the best in the division. Yep. It's just all going to come down to the corner. I mean, the safety's healthy. They're also the most injury prone team in the NFL too.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad.
I'm still feeling.
Oh my God. I'm okay with solid with room for improvement.
Yeah, but dude, they're getting Hutchinson back fully healthy too. Aleem McNeil was hurt last year. They're getting him. Wasn't Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch both hurt last year too?
Yeah.
I'm low end feeling very confident. It's still a really good team, dude. It is. Would it surprise you if they won 12, 13 games?
No.
And they have their picks. They didn't trade their picks. They're picking decently high. They could get their tackle. They love Caden Proctor apparently. I'm still feeling. Daniel Jeremiah. I'm still feeling pretty confident. That's my take.
Yeah, it's like low end, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, we'll sort that out at the end, like order. Next team, the Packers. Another NFC North team. They lost good chunk of guys this offseason.
Just lost Wicks today.
Lost Wicks. We'll talk about the Eagles when we get there. Lost Dobbs.
I mean, the wide receiver room's still good.
It is, but it's kind of slowly but surely, like slivering away. Like we always just talk about, they got Dobbs, they have Watson, they have Reed, they have Wicks, and now they only have Watson and Reed, which it's still fine, and they're getting Tucker Kraft back.
I mean, they need a big step from Golden, dude.
They do. I mean, he was so disappointing last year. The defense front seven is good. The secondary is not good. The corners are not good. The safeties are good. The corners are not good. We can all agree on that. Left tackle, Jordan Morgan, good prospect. Liked him out of Arizona, but you're playing him there full time now. Rasheed Walker's not there anymore. Another pickup for the Panthers we didn't talk about. But I don't know. Green Bay, to me, I don't love LaFleur. I think he's kind of vanilla on offense. I don't know. I think he's kind of predictable. I think as the game goes on, for example, playoffs last year, went up 21-0 on the Bears. I think they scored only another touchdown after that in the next 3 quarters. So, lost a lot. Micah probably will start the year, but that's another major injury for Micah Parsons. I'm not worried about him, yet, but he's had a couple of those now. I don't know. The front seven's still really good. They probably could use another interior defensive tackle. Corners aren't great. Jordan Love's good. Like there's no.
I mean, I feel like if we have the Bears and the Lions and confident, Packers should also be confident.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because solid with room for improvement. It's tough because every team can improve. But
they're not the same tier as the Cowboys and Panthers in my opinion.
Yeah, we should go confident for them.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Okay, and again with the Packers, they're kind of like they're a very boring team. Like so boring. Like everything. Like I said, Matt LaFleur is pretty vanilla, but I'm fine with having them there. I think this is the last year Packers fans could be like, okay, I feel confident, and then if it's the same thing they might be entering the territory of same thing new year because they really don't ever make that many splash moves. Yeah. Anyways, we're talking too much about them. Dude, hot take, Texans are next. I'm almost ecstatic. This is an insanely good roster. The only thing holding them back is CJ Stroud gonna be better next year. Because the dude,
I don't know if I'd be ecstatic, dude.
Dude, you can't argue. The team is insanely talented. Like they're good everywhere.
No, I know.
They're getting Tank Dell back, Nico Collins. Like their offensive lines, they improved it. They added David Montgomery. Like it's a pretty good team, dude. Like they're, it's all about CJ Stroud, dude. That's what it is.
I know, and that's why I'm hesitant to put them in ecstatic because he looked horrible.
I'm good with,
and I know he struggled with injury, so that definitely affects him. But
I'm good with top of feeling very confident, like very top.
I'm just waiting for rookie Stroud to come back. If rookie Stroud can come back, this is surefire Super Bowl contending team.
I don't know if that guy's ever coming back.
I don't know what changed, man.
Because like the only reason, like, dude, like this kind of goes against our point. Like we always try to like take quarterback play into account, but like this team is like so much better than like everyone besides quarterback. Like we've never really seen a defense like that besides like Seattle. Like the
defense is so good that your quarterback can turn the ball over 4 times and still win the game.
Yeah, like, but at the end of the day, it's all about Stroud and can he take another step? Can the run game be a little better?
It's how far can Stroud take them?
They're really well coached. I love D'Amico Ryans over there. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Next team, the Colts, dude. To me, they're
in no man's land.
They are. They have no picks. They scream solid with room for improvement to me.
I feel like they're not feeling great. Dude, I
guess that's actually fair. They don't have first round picks for 2 years. And again, we're not just doing roster here. I think Shane Steichen, another coach where he's probably just an offense. I mean, I like Steichen. Is Daniel Jones ever going to do what he did last year again?
Matt, also Alec Pierce, like $30 million.
Yeah, and they lost Pittman. Like,
that's a lot of money.
They lost their defense is like, it's okay.
Kenny Moore just requested a trade today too.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, they also lost. Can't think of the edge rusher. They lost to the Raiders, of course.
Kwity Paye.
Yeah, Kwity Paye. Relying on a really, really big step up for Latu, who you can have your opinions on him. He's been, he's flashed, but he hasn't been exactly what they've been looking for.
I feel like they're the same as the Falcons, to be honest.
I kind of just now I want to add a tier that says no man's land.
Yeah, but we can't just keep adding tiers for different teams. Dude, I'm not feeling great. I'm going to be honest. The Colts just kind of feel like just a 500 team to me.
Yeah, and they have no first round picks for 2 years. I keep forgetting that for the Sauce. Yeah. And Sauce is awesome, obviously.
And you're paying Alec Pierce, who's had 1,000-yard season, $30 million. Like, you just lost your wide receiver too.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. They're probably the third team in that division. They're not better than Jacksonville or Houston. Daniel Jones coming off a major injury if teams watch film on him,
that's another thing, bro.
No one's talking about
pours Achilles.
Yeah, and no one's talking about it. And by the way, this isn't a guy that's been good for 8 years straight. He's been good for 1 year.
He had 8 good games or something.
Yeah, and then towards the end of that, we saw him turn into a pumpkin again.
Matt, we're forgetting he was a safety on a practice squad 2 years ago. He had 8 good games with the Colts, and now he's getting paid $45 million.
Like again, shout out to Daniel Jones. He made himself money again, like he did on the Giants when they paid him that ridiculous contract. But
let's keep him over Barkley. Good idea, guys.
But like, it's just repetitive, dude. Like the Colts, like they're just like okay, dude. Like they're okay.
Another same thing New Year candidate, but I would feel more not feeling great.
I agree. No first round picks. I'm good with having them there. Next team up is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I'm still in the feeling very confident here, but my God, did they have a bad offseason? Did the Jaguars, is Liam Cohen awake are they awake? Did you call them? Were they awake? Like they didn't make a move. They did not.
Free agency started, boys. It started a month ago.
They didn't make a move.
Some guys
like,
out there.
All seriousness, like all joking aside, like Jacksonville only lost guys, and the only thing they did was extend Trayvon Walker, like that, one of their own players. Other than that, they didn't do anything. I'm still feeling very confident. Trevor Lawrence finally, after 5 years, looked like a franchise quarterback after being one of the most hyped up prospects of all time. Bishal Tutin's going to be the running back. The receiving core, they got Myers and they got Parker Washington, who's going to have probably a really big year. They got BTJ. Travis Hunter's going to be a full-time corner. It's still a really talented team. Also, no first-round pick this year because they traded that for Travis Hunter, too. Got to remember that. They're going to be probably the exact same team as last year, just a little worse because they lost Lloyd. And who else they lose? They lost Tyson Campbell, too. Liam Cohen's, Travis Etienne. Liam Cohen's a really good coach. And they have a really good overall team still, but they were not awake during this offseason, but you're still feeling pretty confident if you're a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. I'm excited for this one, dude. The Kansas City Chiefs. Now, take Mahomes. Can we just rank them taking Mahomes? Like, just add give them just give them Jared Goff. Dude,
it's not a good team.
No, it's not. Mahomes is 32 years old. By the way, he's like the same age as Goff, which does not feel right.
That doesn't feel right.
No, he feels way younger.
No, that does not feel right at all.
No, but he's getting older. Obviously, he's still going to be great.
Tore his ACL.
The
roster's not good. You got one of the best coaches.
Exactly. One of the best DCs and coaches. He's not going to move as well as he won. Like last year, he was their leading rusher. They got Kenneth Walker. The defense lost a ton. They lost their whole cornerback room. They're overpaying linebackers. They lost Justin.
You see what Rashee Rice wants in money?
No. Oh, yeah.
He wants JSN money.
Yep, I saw that.
Brother, you can't even play a full year
without
being behind bars.
He's got legal trouble too. And I want to go back to a comment that we got up here. When is Mahomes expected to be back by? I mean, I think week 1. But
he's like pushing for it, yeah.
Yeah, he's pushing for it. I mean, God forbid if the Chiefs don't have him, it
might be a 5-win team if he doesn't play. I'm not kidding.
I mean, I understand the quarterback they had last year after Mahomes was a dumpster, like Aloda Cohen or however you said his name.
Chris
Alokadin,
yeah.
Like that's like the bottom of the barrel, but like that's just an example.
Justin Fields now.
They'll turn him into Taysom Hill. That's just an example, though. Like throw any other quarterback, dude. They couldn't do anything. They got old man River Travis Kelce back for another year. They got Tyquan Thornton back. I don't like Xavier Worthy. He was kind of a one-hit wonder in his rookie year. That's why it proves speed doesn't mean anything. Because Tyquan Thornton and Xavier Worthy might be 2 of the top 5 most fast players in the NFL, and it doesn't matter.
Not good.
I guess
this comment's also very true. Chiefs fans literally just think they're going to be back. Like they think they're going to be back to like the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Why are they not taking into account the team sucks?
Their roster is not good.
Dude, I mean, we talked about it. And again, they have 2 picks in the first round, so it's going to change.
I mean, they might have the worst cornerback room in the NFL. I'm not lying.
Yep. Their right tackle is Jalen Moore, who's not good. Like, they paid him a lot of money. Obviously, again, if they draft Maui Noah and they draft Terrell or Colton the Hood, it's obviously looking better. But again, rookies, proven guys on their team, all their proven guys are old. And their cornerback room's awful. They lost Justin Reed, too. Chris Jones is still great, but he's old or getting older. The O-line is still going to be good if they figure out right tackle. Receivers, tight end. Travis Kelce is old. He's still solid, but he's old. I want to put them in not feeling great so bad, but I'm
fine with that.
No, but they have 2 first-round picks. And they're getting Mahomes back. Like it has to be solid. Their coaching's too good. I want to put them there so bad, but they can't be. I know you want to.
I really do because I think that
The
Nah,
team
because
sucks, Sean. The team sucks. I know it's horrible. It's like the Cleveland Guardians of baseball. The roster is horrible, but they always make the playoffs. People forget though, dude. Like when Mahomes played, they were putting up like what 16 points a game last year.
yeah,
They couldn't move the ball.
we can put them in room for improvement just because they have the draft picks and they can get better, and they have the coaching. They have the quarterback.
That's it.
They're gonna have a run game now.
Yeah. They will. They got Ken Walker.
But man, there's
people are just automatically. I see a couple podcasts. They're automatically slotting the Chiefs into like the number 1 seed again. It's like, why? Look at the team, bro.
Team sucks.
They're not. Take quarterback out. They're not a top 10 roster in the AFC. They're not. Like they're like it's and take coaching out. You can argue the damn Raiders over them. I'm sorry, roster wise, without the quarterback, relax, and the coaching.
All right, yeah, let's move on to the Raiders.
Speaking of,
because this is an interesting one.
I think again, it's how they're feeling. I think you're feeling solid right now. You're gonna get your franchise quarterback. Yeah. It's not power rankings. You're getting your franchise quarterback. You had a good free agency class. You have a revamped linebacker room. You got Max Crosby back somehow. You got some solid. You got Tyler Linderbaum, Jalen Naylor, they do have a lot of draft capital. They need help in the receiver room. They need help in the cornerback room. They still have, trust me, they still have a lot of room for improvement. But it's just how you're feeling. You're getting your franchise quarterback. You're gonna have a really, really good veteran in the room in Kirk Cousins. Pretty much his twin. They look the exact same. And that's obviously a great guy to be behind. But that's kind of how I'm feeling about the Raiders right now.
Yeah, if I'm a fan of them, I'd be excited for the season. You're gonna get your number 1 quarterback. Not that he's like the greatest number 1 overall pick of all time, but you're gonna have a quarterback that you can be excited about that's not named Geno Smith. The offensive line still needs help. Specifically the interior. Besides Linderbaum, the guards are not great.
No,
could still use a right tackle. I believe DJ Glaze is starting at right tackle. My God, wide receiver needs help. Brock Bowers is obviously fantastic. Genty has the talent. Hopefully he can find that production this year. Defense has improved. Linebacker room so much better. Interior D-line still sucks, so definitely should be something they target. You have potential at corner with a guy like Darian Porter, but obviously it's not just a one-man show at cornerback. You need a room. But yeah, it's going to be better than last year. Are they going to make the playoffs? No. Their ceiling's probably like 7 wins. Their ceiling, but it's better than last year. I would be pretty excited if I was a Raiders fan because you have some potential now.
I also like Clint Kubiak a lot. Like
we didn't even talk about that. That's a good hire.
Like I'm not saying he's going to be a great head coach, but for a rookie quarterback, like we saw what he did with Sam Darnold last year. That's a good guy to have in the room. Like, and he's a younger guy. He understands it. He understands the game. That's like an underrated thing to me. Like younger coaches are just like, unless you're like a proven guy, like Todd Monken, like he's like 65 years old. And he's never been.
That's probably my least favorite head coach hire of the whole cycle, dude. I hate it. Like, is that not those Browns hire of all time too?
Well, I mean, Sean, we talked this. They didn't have a single coach that wanted to go there. They all turned down the offers. But like the only time you really hire a veteran is if they're a proven head coach, like John Harbaugh, like Vrabel last year. But like, I like this gamble at a younger offensive-minded guy when you're drafting a quarterback that high. And Mendoza's growing on me, reading a lot about him. Again, not saying he's like a perfect prospect, but he does a lot of things well. He's 6'5". I would like to see him get a little more athletic for size, but he's tough, strong, places the ball well. And he's a Raiders franchise quarterback, hopefully. And that's why we have them in solid with room for improvement. And people are going to freak out if they see them in the same tier as the Chiefs, but they don't understand the concept of the video. Moving on to the next team. The Los Angeles Chargers, I'm low end feeling very confident. I still think this is a very good team. It's another team where who cares about the regular season? All that matters is Herbert in the playoffs. That's all that matters.
Yeah, to me, I mean, obviously their defense isn't as good as the Texans without a doubt, but it's kind of the same situation where the team is good enough to be a contender. It's just a matter of quarterback play. And for the Chargers, obviously, it's different because Herbert has a good regular season every year. Stroud struggled the last 2 years. So I want to make that clear. But when it comes to the playoffs and winning games in the playoffs, kind of a similar situation, just less dominant of a defense where it's how far can your quarterback take you? Because the team is good enough.
Mm-hmm. I mean, unfortunately they did lose some guys. I got the hiccups. My God, it's so annoying. They did lose some guys in free agency. They lost Odafe Owe. They're getting their tackles back, which that is a massive boost. I don't love the interior still.
Yeah, I mean they went 11-6 last year without their 2 tackles. Like
exactly,
that's a big difference.
I mean, we saw that be a massive issue against really good teams though, like Jacksonville in that regular season game. Do you remember that game?
Yeah,
the game against the Patriots in the playoffs. Herbert, I thought was going to die that game in the second half.
It literally felt like you guys had 5 guys in his face every play.
Yeah, and they brought in Biotish, right, from the Commanders. Like he's like he's okay.
It's an upgrade.
I mean, they lost Zion Johnson to the Browns, who gave him $50 million. Just like, oh my God, another reason to put him in disaster. But they're getting healthier. The defense is still really good. They lost Minter, sneaky big loss.
Yep.
But I still feel like they're in a low end, feeling very. The Chargers to me are just like the 10th best team in the NFL every year.
Yeah,
like they're just like number 10.
It's same thing new year, but it's actually a good team.
Yeah, they're a good team, and Herbert, all things considered, he's still like a top 7 quarterback. Like he's still a very good player. Just needs to not suck in the playoffs. Yeah. Next team, don't need to talk about it. Rams ecstatic. Moving on. We don't need to talk about the next team either. The Dolphins disaster. Actually, I will talk about this for a second. We talked about how the Cardinals are just kind of accepting their fate being bad. And then you have teams like the Dolphins who are signing Malik Willis to a 3-year deal. And then you go on. And then you go on to trade your receiver, your best receiver. It's like, if you're going to give this guy a 3-year deal, like, don't you want to see, like, if he could be your franchise guy? Now his wide receiver 1 is James Prochet or Malik Washington. And they the O-line besides center, shout out to Aaron Brewer. We talk about him all the time. But besides him, it's horrible. The defense has no good players.
Matt, another bad coaching hire too.
Just vanilla, dude. Like this was my reaction to the why am I forgetting the
Jeff Hafley.
Jeff Hafley. This is my reaction to that hire. Okay. Like Jeff Hafley did a solid job with Green Bay.
Just another filler coach.
Exactly. Like it's not. I mean, I don't know. Like
he's not their long-term
guy. No, it's just so vanilla. I don't know. This is easily, in my opinion, the worst roster in the NFL.
You think Achane could get traded?
Dude, why would he want to be there? Like,
I mean, it's not his choice if he gets traded, but like, dude, he
is by and large their best player, not even close.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance. I think they'd be ridiculous to do it because then you have Ollie Gordon as your starting running back.
Yeah,
you have Ollie Gordon as your starting running back and Malik Washington as your starting receiver and Greg Dulcich as your starting tight end. I mean, what are we doing?
Well, Ollie Gordon also runs like a 4, like he runs like a 4.8.
Yeah,
so he's not going to be your lead back. Dude, this team is horrible. We're talking about them way too much. Yeah. Like they don't deserve this much.
We extended too much. Yeah.
Yeah. Minnesota.
It's just fun to crap on them because they're in our division.
Yeah, exactly. Minnesota, to me, right now, they are smidge step below all the other 3 teams in that division because it's still a good team. Kyler is probably going to be good with them. Let's just be honest. Like Kevin O'Connell will get a good year out of Kyler Murray.
Yeah, but Matt, people assume that with McCarthy too. Like rookie has Mike McCarthy. Oh my God, a rookie has Kevin O'Connell. Everyone was like, a rookie has Kevin O'Connell. He's going to be a good quarterback, and he was the worst in the NFL.
I know, but Kyler has like shown like stretches of elite football, and he's older, can't see over the offensive line, but I don't know. to me, I just feel like they're a little right now. They're fourth in my power rankings in that division. If I had to make it,
Yeah, but
I
that's a
think.
good division.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're probably top of solid with room for improvement because again, it's a really really strong roster. And oh, but dude, they have Kevin O'Connell and they have Brian Flores.
Yeah, but Matt, you can't tell me that team's feeling very confident after the year they just had
Yeah, no,
with
you're
with
banking.
an unproven Kyler Murray from
People
last
also
year.
just
Like,
think like Kyler Murray's like good. Like they just like think like Kyler
yeah,
like people like when they hear Kyler Murray's name, like they just associate him with like being like a good player. But it's like,
like bro, he was a $50 million a year quarterback that got cut. He doesn't
yeah,
just you don't just cut a guy like that.
dude, he got sat over Brissett. Brissett played over him. He was
I know.
healthy. And he hasn't been good for 2 years.
Now we're not
And he
saying
had
he
Mar-
doesn't have the, and we're
I
not
mean,
saying he doesn't have the potential to be good, but sorry.
no,
I keep
obviously not.
cutting
No,
you
you're
off.
good. You're good. I keep doing that too. But I mean, he's still only like 28, 29, but it's like you had enough in Arizona. McBride, Harrison, and Wilson, teams would, dude, the Josh Allen would kill for that. Come on now. Drake May would kill for that. Like, I don't know. Kyler Murray has concerns. He's not a good pocket quarterback. Like he runs around like someone from the Wizard of Oz, like the Munchkins and Wizard of Oz in the
Like a chicken
backfield.
with his head cut off.
Yeah, like I mean, he makes fun plays sometimes. He'll make Minnesota a watchable team, unlike JJ. By the way, why is no one talking about this? As I get a call, is JJ like what is he gonna do? Like what's next for him?
Just McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy.
I don't know. I think he's just going to be a career backup. I mean, there's just no. I mean, unless a team is like in a situation like the Dolphins were this year, where maybe Kyler gets hurt and McCarthy randomly has like a couple. Maybe Kyler's having a good year. McCarthy, he gets hurt. McCarthy comes in for a couple of games, looks really good, and the team just takes a chance on him. But I don't know. I think I think he's going to be a career backup.
Yeah, he's only like, what is he like? He's still like 22, 23. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. He's like 22, 23, but like, I don't know. Because Kyler's only on a 1-year deal. They're paying him nothing. They still have KOC and Brian Flores, probably the best coaching duo in football, you can argue. Like, just offensively and defensively. Kyler, the one thing I can guarantee, Jefferson is going to have a much better year with Kyler Murray. Much better year. Like you can't. He had 1,000 yards last year, and it couldn't have gone worse.
Bro, how do you make Justin Jefferson have a bad year,
dude?
Like, how bad do you have to be?
You know what the downfall was when he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week when he had like one good quarter, and then he had that face in the long move. He was like,
bro, it was so funny. This offseason, I don't know if you saw the clip, but like he was on like a Twitch stream and everyone was clowning JJ McCarthy. He's like, yo, gotta chill on my youngin', man. It's like, bro, he there's no way he doesn't hate McCarthy. He's just so corny too. We're talking about the Vikings too much.
Yeah. Are we sure they're good and solid with room for improvement?
Yeah, I think I'm good with that.
We got to talk about their team more a little bit. Like the secondary has questions.
Safety.
And safety, yes. I mean, again,
corner
before
too,
the draft. Yeah, corner. O-line, can they stay healthy? Who knows?
If Christian Darrisaw can play more than 5 games a year, he'd be one of the best left tackles in football.
I know, God forbid. But anyways, moving on to my Patriots. I think they're right in the feeling very confident here. Sean, you could start, and then I'll go from there. So you could start with this one.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really get any worse. They added Kevin Byard, they added Dobbs. I've told Matt this multiple times. I don't know if I've said it on the stream or if it was just off air. I still think that they could add another number 1 receiver. Obviously, very heavily rumored to be interested in AJ Brown. If that happens, I think they're 100% ecstatic because they made the Super Bowl. They have their quarterback. Offensive line got better. You added Elijah Vera Tucker, probably a right tackle candidate in the draft to hopefully develop behind Moses. D-line is good. You added Draymond Jones. Still could use a little bit of help at edge, but still good there. I mean, It's a team that made it to the Super Bowl and they got better. If you had AJ Brown, they're ecstatic. I think they're at the high end of feeling very confident. I'll let Matt take his opinions.
No, yeah, I agree. I think we're right in that tier. I'm not going to be biased and say we're an ecstatic. I will say, if AJ Brown does get added to this team, I think you could start having conversations about it. Like, you give the best deep ball thrower in the NFL, one of the best deep threats in the NFL. Need help at edge still, no doubt. But I love the defense. Like, they're good everywhere. Like, interior D line, right? Like, just this year, like Williams, Barmore, you have Ellison, Spillane, you have Gonzalez, Davis, Marcus Jones, Byard, and Craig Woodson. Like, that's an insanely good defense overall. Maybe you add a guy like TJ Parker to that defense. He's a 4-3 Mike Vrabel kind of guy. A guy that can, use power. That's what Mike Vrabel likes. Obviously, adding Draymond Jones to the mix in there as well. But yeah, I agree. Edge rusher. I personally, just knowing a lot about Josh McDaniel's system, he doesn't, unless you have if the Patriots get AJ Brown, he'll be used as a wide receiver 1. But with McDaniel's, it's a committee, and the room right now is like perfect for how Josh McDaniels runs his offense. No superstar, but again, if AJ Brown gets added, and by the way, another thing no one's really talking about, the Patriots have a ton of receivers. So if Brown does get traded here, they're probably going to have to give up maybe a Kayshon Boutte, maybe a Pop Douglas. But also Zach Core hired as the defensive coordinator. Love that. He did awesome as an interim last year. They still kept Terrell Williams around as a defensive assistant. They just hired Shane Bowen today as a defensive assistant, which was kind of random, but he worked with Mike Vrabel a couple of years ago. And you have the runner-up for MVP. I think Drake May is almost entering not like as good as Josh Allen, just like what you kind of expect from him every year. Like, if Drake May does it again next year, like you're expecting him to just be like a cemented top 5 quarterback in the league every year. They're really well coached as well. I'm good with having them in this tier for sure.
Yeah, as long as Vrabel stays locked in as a coach and not worry about Deanna Rossini. Dude, they're launching a full investigation on that, by the way.
I know, I saw that.
Rossini literally might lose her job.
I know. We'll let that play out, but it's definitely.
Matt doesn't want to talk about that.
Well, I mean, we're doing a tier list, bro. Moving on to the Saints. Honestly, in my opinion, kind of similar to the Raiders. Like, you're feeling pretty good. Like, obviously, defense, lot to be desired from. Like, the defense might be a bottom 7 defense in the league, but if you're a Saints fan, again, you're not winning the Super Bowl this year. All you want to see is improvements from your middle-aged quarterback. And they added David Edwards, they added Travis Etienne. Now we're hoping they add a receiver in the draft. Tyler Shough ended the year pretty well. I think Kellen Moore is a solid coach. The defense is making me kind of teeter towards not feeling great. Once we make the full list, they'll probably be at the bottom of this tier. But I think, again, not power rankings. I'll say it again. I know Sean knows I'm going to say it 12 times. As a franchise, I think the Saints feel like they're finally heading in the right direction, and they're not in cap hell like they have been for the past 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a Saints fan, I'm pretty content with where we're at right now. Obviously, the quarterback he's not young, but he had a good year when he played. I mean, dude, I think they're a receiver away from having like a good offense.
Yeah.
The offensive line's very good. You have your 2 tackles. You just added David Edwards. You have who's their center?
Eric McCoy.
And then you have who's their other guard? Cesar Ruiz,
but I think they're always hurt, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's a good offensive line to protect your quarterback. You just added a great running back. I mean, if you get another good receiver or two, this could be a good offense, genuinely good NFL offense.
I agree.
But obviously,
Juwan Johnson's good too.
Yeah, he had a good year last year. But obviously defense still has holes. You need edge. Could use another corner, linebacker, Demario Davis, who's more than happy to be a Jet. Yeah, I think if I'm the Saints front office, you target wide receiver probably in the first round, and then after that, just try and upgrade the defense by any means possible.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Saints are headed in the right direction. Finally. But I will say though, we can't underestimate it enough how poor that receiving core is. Like after Chris Olave, it is
Devon Bailey's their number 2.
So bad. Like they don't have 4 NFL players on that receiving core, especially with Chris Olave, who's a guy that unfortunately does deal with injuries. They need to add there probably their number 1 priority, that and linebacker. Their linebacking core is horrible after losing Mr. Jet to Mario Davis. But I think if you're a Saints fan and you're part of the franchise, you're feeling like you're heading in the right direction. You have a top 10 pick this year. You can maybe add a David, like a Ruben Bain or a top receiver. So I think you're feeling pretty good if you're the Saints.
I feel like there's going to be like a very good player that like just falls like in their team's lap.
Stay tuned for the mock draft next week.
Like a player that teams just overlook. It could be Bain, who I think is probably the best overall edge, but we don't need to get into talk right now.
Yeah. Moving on to the Giants, same tier. I think you're feeling a lot better about this team with obviously some room to improve on that defense. But John Harbaugh brought in a ton of free agents. Jackson Dart had a good year. Scatabo will be healthy next year. You got Malik Neighbors, who didn't play at all. You're feeling pretty good if you're a Cardinals fan. I think, you
mean Giants?
That's Cardinals. What am I saying? It's because I'm watching the Red Sox Cardinals game. But if you're a Giants fan, you're feeling a lot better than you have in years past. You finally feel like you have like something. Finally, whether that works or not, that's up for debate, and we'll see what happens. But they brought in better players. Again, top 5 pick. They get a prospect like a Sonny Styles. Again, this is pre-draft. But overall, as a franchise, you're feeling pretty good if you're the Giants, in my opinion.
Yeah, you have a lot to desire this year. I think there's still another wide receiver away. Scadabo's interesting. I don't know if he's, like your every down back, but he obviously had a good year when he was healthy. I don't know. They have a fun young team. Mm-hmm. People are comparing them to the Patriots from last year. I don't think this team's going to be nearly as dominant, but yeah, it's a much improved team. You got a new coach. He brought in a ton of his previous players from Baltimore. So I mean, we'll see what happens. This is definitely one of the biggest question marks heading into this year is what do the Giants look like with a young, fun team and a top 5 pick. So it's gonna be super interesting.
Yeah, and I think a lot of Giants fans are feeling a lot better about this team as well. Moving on to the Jets. They got their quarterback that can take them to the promised land, according to Aaron Glenn.
My God.
I think if we're talking how franchises are feeling, they're still a disaster. I'm sorry. It's the Jets, man. And again, they added pieces in free agency, and they have so many first-round picks. Pre-draft again, but like it's like first of all, number 1, you have 4 losses in your division right away with the Patriots and Bills. Dude, I don't know. Like, until I see it with my eyes, as many players as the Jets add, I can't put them higher than this. I can't. I don't know if I'm sure you feel the same. Like, people are probably going to be frustrated with this one. But until I see it with my eyes, a good brand of football from the Jets. Mind you, 2024, they were supposed to be a Super Bowl favorite. I had them winning the division. They won 4 games that year. Like, bro, like I can't picture them being good. I can't.
We lost to them week 1.
I remember that game.
Nope,
that was 2023 when Rodgers got hurt and Zach Wilson played. And Garrett Wilson made a one-handed catch against you guys. Didn't Josh Allen throw like 4 picks that game?
I don't know. He threw at least a few, probably.
Yeah. But anyways, I just can't picture this football team being good, in my opinion.
I mean, there's no reason to. Your wide receiver 2 right now is
Adonai Mitchell.
He
can separate, but like can't catch.
The tackle duo is good. The weapons are not. Breece Hall's good. I mean, you have a couple pieces on offense that you could try and build around, but you don't have your future at the most important position, which is something that we really consider when we, do these types of things. Is Aaron Glenn the coach of the future?
No, he should have been fired. No.
Well, we got Matt's opinion. The defense still isn't good. Corner sucks. Traded Quinn and Williams last year. Edge isn't good. I mean, they have tons of draft picks, so we'll see what they do with it. But they're not a team that's a free agent destination that's going to really attract many top guys. So, obviously, heading into the draft after free agency, it's not going to be looking great. But they're just a team that they need to develop as good as they need to pick as good as of players as possible, and just hope they develop into something, because they're at the bottom of the barrel. And when you're at the bottom of the barrel, you need to draft and develop, and then just build from there. Because right now it's just, I just feel bad for them.
Yeah. The reason I say that about Aaron Glenn, just watch an interview of his, like I don't like, he just seems so uncertain with every single answer to questions. Like, it's like, dude, like, you're the coach. Like, reporters are like, I don't know. I think Aaron Glenn should have been fired. I think he's just Todd Bowles 2.0 with a little bit more energy because he's younger. But, and we'll get to the Bucks in a second. But until, like I said, until I see the Jets put a good brand of football on the field, I'm never going to have them above this. And you can argue all you want. I don't care. And if they reach and draft Ty Simpson, that'd be absolutely hilarious, because he's not the guy. And that would be another horrible, horrible draft for the Jets. But moving on to the Eagles, feeling very confident. It's still a really good defense, really good roster. They got internal issues over there. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown probably going to get traded. Nick Sirianni, like, he talk about doesn't have the players bought in. He doesn't have the players bought. No one, I feel like no one cares what he has to say at all. Like, even if you just watch like their like post game, like walking down the hallway after a loss, like they don't care what he has to say at all.
Bro, after that they beat the Bills in that like crappy rainy 13-10 game. Did you see like that clip of him and AJ Brown in the tunnel?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, AJ Brown was looking at him like, dude, what the hell are you talking about right now?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, this guy's a real idiot.
I was excited to get to the Eagles because they are 100% trading AJ Brown. Like, they have like 12 receivers on their. I mean, bro, they traded for Dontavian Wicks. Why would you ever do that? They have Wicks. They got Elijah Moore. They got Hollywood Brown. They're preparing for it to happen. He's gonna be a Patriot June 1st. Even if he's not a Patriot though, like just talking from like a real like football standpoint, he's getting traded. I think. I'm very confident it's going to be the Patriots, just seeing everything. But the Eagles are just preparing for that. We have to have been feeling very confident because the talent on this team, they're probably a top 3 most talented team in the NFL. With the corners, and still with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, but the offense is like not good. Wonder why. But the offensive line is also getting really old too, but they're still a very good team.
Yeah, I mean, they always draft well too, so I'm sure they'll probably get some. David Bailey's probably going to fall to them or something, because some stud always falls to the Eagles. Yep. Like Jahad Campbell falling to them last year.
Jalen Carter,
dude. I mean, just what a disaster. There's always some crazy good prospect that falls to them. So I'm sure they'll get a top 10 prospect in this class. But yeah, I mean, still some uncertainty if they trade AJ Brown. Obviously, they're a lot worse in that situation. And it's definitely interesting because that's a division where you got the Cowboys, who, if their defense improves, they're definitely going to give them a run for their money. The Giants, potentially on the come up. And the Commanders, very good year 2 years ago. Not good last year. Definitely another team that has some questions, but they have the potential to be another good team. The Eagles' future is interesting, but I think heading into the season, you're still confident at the current moment with the roster that you have and the way that the team always drafts as well.
Howie Roseman is the best general manager in the league, but another thing too is like he just gets the best players to fall to him every time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like every single year, they get the best player to fall to them. Like even being realistic, like you said, David Bailey, like that's obviously like he's gonna probably go like top 2. I know what you mean. Just nailed my hand on my table. But like, couldn't you see like Dylan Thieneman falling to them?
Oh, 100%.
Like,
I don't think that's even crazy either, though.
Just like
Caleb Downs ain't one of them.
If Caleb Downs falls to them, oh my god. You're still.
I don't know why he's the first one that came to mind, but
yeah, he is falling down draft boards though. He's got like some injury concerns a little bit, and safety.
Yeah, but he'd be a first team All-Pro if he fell to them.
Yeah, come on, first year probably. The whole secondary would be first team All Pro. But yeah, the Eagles are there. This is my next same thing. New year. When are they gonna? I understand Pittsburgh's roster. Like, this is the team I was thinking of for that.
Fits perfectly.
Like, bro, like I understand. Like, you look at this roster. Like, yeah, it looks good. They don't really have a lot of holes. When are they gonna get a quarterback? When? If you're a Steelers fan, you must be sick and tired of seeing these bridge fill-in stiffs. Like, do you want Aaron Rodgers? The problem is, again, they did this last year. Me and you were like, do you really want Aaron Rodgers? They didn't have a choice because there's no one else. This year, again, they really want Aaron Rodgers. They don't have a choice. There's no one else unless they take Ty Simpson at 21, which probably is going to happen because guess what? He's going to the draft. It's in Pittsburgh. That's just like, it's just set to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I could just see it happening in my head. The Pittsburgh Steelers select Ty Simpson, the place erupts for Mac Jones 2.0. Pittsburgh, same thing every year. They have such a good core, and they just don't care. And you hire Mike McCarthy, bro. Mike McCarthy. Like, you come on. You're Pittsburgh. You can attract better. Like, Mike McCarthy, good offensive mind. The dude's like in his 60s now. He's just, I'm sorry, he's not a winner. Another guy just doesn't really lead a team, in my opinion. I don't know, man. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that has the potential to finish third in the North, I think, if the Bengals can get their act together on defense.
Probably win 9 games again.
Yeah, they're going to win 9 games. They're going to get a wild card game. They're going to face a top 2 team in the AFC and lose first round again. It's literally the same thing every year. It's happened last year. It's happened the last 5 years, I think, at this point. I mean, it's inevitable. I mean, if they bring back Aaron Rodgers, I feel bad for their fans because they have a passionate fan base, and it's literally the same problems every year.
Yep. They haven't had a good quarterback since like 2019. I'm not even kidding. Because even Big Ben end of his career in like 21, he was like horrible. Like, it's just they're so unserious about winning with such a strong core. Because if you look at the team, it's good. It's older, but you have a good secondary. You still have Hayward, who's still like some reason like one of the best tackles in the league at like 40. TJ Watt's still got some juice left. You got Herbig, you got Highsmith. Good weapons. You have Pittman and Metcalf, and you got a good tight end room. You added Rico Dowdle. They're just so unserious about winning because the quarterback, like, you're not winning with Aaron Rodgers, a quarterback. Or if they bring in some other, like, trade for Mac Jones, again, like, they need a franchise quarterback. I don't know. I'm speaking because I feel, like Sean said, I feel bad for Steelers fans. But anyways,
there's an epitome of same thing New Year. This is the team.
100%.
Like, even more than the Bengals.
Niners, very confident. Coaching, you're getting healthier. You had a good offseason. Purdy's just good, man. We can just admit it. Purdy's a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback.
It's a good quarterback. They're getting healthier. I mean, is Kittle? I don't even think Kittle's going to play next year, by the way, or at least the beginning of the year.
Not sure what his timeline is. Yeah,
but again, all that matters for the Niners is getting healthy. You lost two top 20 players in the sport last year, Warner and Bosa. Trent Williams looks like he's probably going to give you another year at left tackle right now. And you also have the best offensive-minded coach, or one of the best offensive-minded coaches in the league, you know, designs insanely good run schemes. You still have CMC. You got Mike Evans. You're still feeling very confident in this team.
Yeah, I mean, when they're healthy, it's kind of like the Lions. They're one of the best rosters in the NFL. Slightly different circumstances, but I mean, you have one of the best rosters in the league. There's not really many holes. Trent Williams at left tackle, obviously getting old, but gonna be interested to see what they do. They're definitely a potential position that they draft to kind of just get his replacement.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, the Niners are gonna be good. They're gonna hover around 11-6, 12-5 ish. Tough division, obviously with the Rams, and then the Rams are obviously probably the best team in the league, and then the Seahawks got slightly worse, I think, but obviously still going to be a good team. Tough division, but the Niners are always good. One of the best rosters in the league. You got your quarterback, you got your coach. Not really any problems with this team,
dude. I mean, you obviously remember this, but like three years ago, this roster was like one of the best constructed teams I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it was just insanely good. Like, back when they had like prime Dre Greenlaw, who they brought back. that's besides the point. But again, the Niners are always good.
Yep.
Moving on to Seattle, I think you probably have to put them in ecstatic. Won the Super Bowl. Yes, they did get slightly worse, but we know how McDonald runs their system. It's, rotational. And they did lose guys, but they have younger guys that are just going to keep getting better. Emin Warrior's like 22 years old. Byron Murphy's so young. This team is still really loaded. Running back, problem. O-line, in some spots. Got the receiver, not the. Oh, no, they got Shaheed, even though they paid him like $18 million a year.
$18 million for 20 catches.
Yeah, which was kind of ridiculous. But this team, you're the best, probably the best defensive minded, one of the best defensive minded young coaches in the NFL. Just won the Super Bowl. You're feeling pretty ecstatic, I think.
Yeah, running back's definitely concerned because Charbonnet just kept stealing touchdowns from Walker. Walker would get them like in the red zone, and Charbonnet would just punch it in every time. But running back, I'm definitely concerned about, especially with how weak this class is. After Jeremiah Love, it's Jadarian Price, who you're not taking in the first round. So they're definitely a mid-round candidate for running back. But other than that, you lost Boye Mafe, but the edge position there, like they have like 4 guys that you could start at edge and still be good. The interior is great. They really don't have a weakness still. It's going to be one of the best teams in football again. There's no reason to be excited. You just won the Super Bowl, bringing back your quarterback. Same coaches, like really no reason to be excited.
To this question real quick, I've never really been a Purdy guy, but like it's getting really hard to like not like him. Like he's just good every year. Like the guy's just a good quarterback. Like it is what it is.
Matt loves when he does his Dougie too.
Don't get me started on that. Next team, the Bucs. I kind of have a hot take. Same thing, new year. Like, bro, you're like, bro, you're bringing back Todd Bowles again. It seems like they go 9-8 every friggin' year.
Yeah.
Like they start off the season really hot. Oh, the Bucs, this is a powerhouse. I don't know. To me, the reason that they're in this tier is you're bringing back Todd Bowles. What are you doing? What the guy is clueless on the sideline. He has this little smirk on his face. I don't know.
He always
looks like confused, but like happy at the same time. Talk about not commanding the room. Todd Bowles. You think he's like, I don't know. They should have moved on from him years ago, or not years ago, but like 2 years ago. He's just, I don't know why he's still the coach there. I think this is just another 9-win team, maybe even less. They got worse. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, Matt knows I love Baker. I think he's my guy.
Yeah.
But disappointing second half of the year last year. MVP candidate through like the first like 7 or 8 weeks, but just completely fell off a cliff. But this team's they just feel mid like everywhere. Yep. Like the wide receiver room's solid, but everywhere else is just like players where you're like, okay.
Can't get after the quarterback.
Especially on defense. Like they don't have any like studs on defense besides Vita Vea. And Winfield's good.
Winfield's good.
Winfield's good too, yeah. But it's like, I don't know, dude.
And like sneaky too. Like their O-line it struggled last year. Like people just think they're automatically good because they have Tristan Wirfs, but it's like they have problems there, dude. Like that's a sneaky O-line spot to them. I don't know.
Yeah, in a division where the Panthers are getting better, the Saints, I don't know if they're better than the Bucs yet, but they're getting better. Why am I forgetting the last team in that division?
The Falcons.
Falcons are the Falcons. They're mid every year anyways. But yeah, I don't know. Bucs just feel like they're gonna be 8-9 or 9-8. Todd Bowles should be gone after this year unless they go like 12-5 randomly. But just another mediocre team, same thing new year, pretty much.
It's just Todd Bowles, man. Like you gotta fire him. And Baker's not getting younger. He's getting up there too. Baker also struggled with injuries last year. He kind of fell off at the end of the year. I think it's kind of same thing year. But onto our final 2 teams. Tennessee Titans. So I want to put them in solid with room for improvement, just like how they're feeling. But this roster still has so many holes on it, man. Like I still, but again, it's the young quarterback factor. That's why, man. Because again, like looking at this team, like their receiving core sucks still. Like Wandale was a good slot pickup, but it's not good. The O-line interiorly and right tackle. The O-line as a whole is just not good. Like, let's just be honest here. It's just not a good offensive line. The running backs are older. Looking like Jeremiah Love might be a tight by the end of the year. By the end of the draft. I don't know what to do with them. Robert Saleh and Brian. I like the Brian Daboll hire as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I feel like it's solid with a lot of room for improvement because they're excited because they have their quarterback. They made a few additions in some important spots.
They got a leader of men, a head coach.
It's still not like a middle. It's not a middle of the road team yet. I don't think.
No. Again, this is like power rankings. They're still like a bottom 4 team in the league, as we currently stand. But oh my god, dude, so annoying. But as of right now, I'd put them in solid room for improvement. Just how you're feeling.
Very low end though.
Yeah, like the last team. It's just pretty much Cam Ward, the coaches, and some of the free agency acquisitions.
And Jeffrey Simmons.
Exactly. On to the last team, the Washington Commanders. Oh my god. So beginning of free agency, I honestly would consider putting them in not feeling great because they did nothing. But then they added some guys towards the end, some solid players. Yeah.
It's probably solid with room for improvement because you still have Jaden Daniels, who was fantastic his rookie year. He dealt with a lot of injuries last year. I would be nervous about injury problems moving forward.
Yeah, it's just how
it's not another RG3 for them.
Yeah, how they're feeling about their team. It's the quarterback. The quarterback is the most important position, and they feel like they have that. Obviously, if he could play, because when Daniels was healthy last year, he didn't play well. Like, let's just keep it a buck. He didn't play well last year. Obviously, that team was a dumpster fire. They still have holes. Their receiving core is not good. Secondary's young but not great. They might be the second lowest behind the Titans to be in front of the Titans, to be honest, in my opinion. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not really ranking these, but
yeah. So that's our tier list. Now, what we'll do is we'll quickly just run through it and kind of rank them in order, just like so we can have like a final one. I think in ecstatic, the Rams are clearly number 1. I think the Broncos are a solid number 2 in Seattle. I think this tier, the top 4 are probably New England, Texans, Buffalo, Houston, and maybe the Niners or probably the Ravens. I
think it's the Ravens or the Niners.
And then I think the Niners you could put 5. I think you could probably put the Eagles 6. I'm going with the Eagles 6 just because the roster is still really good. I'd say Lions, Chargers, Packers, Jaguars, maybe. Or no, Packers last, honestly.
I think Jaguars second to last.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, that's good. Again, this isn't perfect. We're just kind of running through this real quick. This tier, I'd probably say Minnesota first, maybe, or Dallas.
I think Dallas.
I'm fine with that. Minnesota, Carolina's probably up.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, not power rankings. Say it again. Just how they're feeling. I'd say the Giants, dude. I think Giants fans are feeling pretty good. Or maybe the Raiders. Because they're getting Mendoza.
No, I still think the Giants are still a better team.
I think that's a fine order right there, actually. I think that's a good order.
Yeah.
I don't really care. Doesn't matter.
This is fine.
Yeah. And then switch the that's fine. Maybe switch the Browns and the Jets. No. That's fine. Yeah.
I mean, the Browns are the best of these 4.
I mean, yeah, because they have the reason they're good, they're the best is because they have one side of the ball that's good. None of those other teams do. But again, it's how they're feeling. And this is our tier list, guys. Take one last look at it. And this is our final ranking for how each franchise feels about their current situation heading into the draft. Really, really
not a power ranking.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all the support, by the way, for all these comments and stuff. Like, it's really fun just seeing all these and being able to answer you guys' questions. But that's going to do it for episode 18 of the Monday Morning Quarterback Show. Make sure to follow us on TikTok. Make sure to follow me and Sean's personals on Twitter. And we post a ton of TikToks every single day. If you guys don't have the attention span to watch a whole video, like Sean says, but it's our tier list. Sean,
people don't even have the attention span to watch the full TikToks either.
No, especially in the comment sections. But that's another. Yeah. But that's the video for you guys. Sean, if you have nothing else to add, it looks like you do.
No, we just got a comment saying that Atlanta should win the NFC South.
On what?
On TikTok.
Okay.
All right, that'll do it.
All right. Seriously, guys, though, have a good one. Before we get off, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more football content. We're giving you guys a ton more. Another one coming this weekend. Drafts in less than 2 weeks. Let's go. We're here.
Yeah.
God, can't do this. All right. Have a good one. This was a long episode. Thank you guys for being here.